This week on Cardinals Insider.
Just trying to fit in and be myself.
Get to know the newest thread in the Cardinals order, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Plus,
it's really just who I am, how I am. It's my profile.
We pump some iron with an outfielder known as much for his physique as he is for his bat, Mr. Tyler O'Neill. And later,
and smile.
Say cheese. We're all access for spring training photo day. All that and more ahead on Cardinals Insider. Deep in America's heartland, at the confluence of the Missouri and Mississippi, you'll find our city, the gateway to the West, St. Louis. Home to 3 million, a community with exceptional culture, strong people, and rich tradition. And one tradition unites us all. For more than a century, we've stood by our team. Through the slumps, the rallies, and the celebrations, we've band together.
What a team! What a ride! The Cardinals are world champs!
Braving bitter cold and blistering heat, hoisting pennants, saying goodbye to heroes, and witnessing the birth of legends.
A slice of history and a magical moment!
And after a long off-season, a new beginning is once again at hand. We're breaking in the midst, and we're taping up the bats. It's a new era with the same ties to greatness. A team is assembling with the same constant goal, bringing the championship trophy home. Join us this season for exclusive access, behind-the-scenes features, player interviews, and more. Welcome back to Cardinals Insider. A new season of Cardinals baseball is just weeks away. Welcome to Season 4 of Cardinals Insider. I'm your host, Ozzie Smith. We begin our season with a spring training special here in Jupiter, Florida. Camp features a new face at first base. Paul Goldschmidt will anchor the Cardinals lineup this season, and we caught up with the new Redbird slugger.
It's my privilege and honor to welcome Paul to the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's been great. Definitely been open and just trying to meet everyone and put some names with some faces and just trying to fit in and be myself, but just get to know everyone really.
Oh yeah, no turn here.
Playing with Yachty, just playing against him for so many years, I have so much respect for him. He's one of the best players in the league, and he's so smart. He's so talented, but and so competitive as well. So looking forward to getting to know him better and learn from him. You come over and it's like, man, I wonder what he knows and ways that he can help me, which then in turn will help the team. So definitely looking forward to that. I think probably after about a year in the big leagues was the first time that I was like not nervous before every single game. You first get called up, you're just honestly trying to survive and not get sent down. I felt fine to play with that, but it takes time to get used to it. And I mean, not that you're ever like comfortable, there's still nerves and excitement, but to just be like, okay, this is a little bit more of the new norm. It probably took about a full calendar year before, I felt that way. It's all the pitch selection, what pitches you're swinging at. If you're swinging at good pitches to hit, then you're gonna give yourself a good chance to hit the ball hard. But as a hitter, it's really tough to hit pitchers' pitches. You're looking for those mistakes, and if the pitcher makes a nasty pitch, it's gonna be tough to do anything with it. So try to lay off that, and if he throws one down the middle, you don't want to take those.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
This is what got me to the position that I am.
We hit the gym with this guy. You won't want to miss going behind the scenes with Tyler O'Neill's workout. Also ahead.
I hear you, but I don't see you.
See just how close fans can get at spring training. We'll be right back.
Respect the game. Guap got the beat and I got the keys. Laying it down, make you move your knees with ease, please. No need to grease. Take it back and do the robot freeze. Rock him and Eric B gets a blessing. KRS-One, that's Chris One, stop messing. This is reminiscent hip-hop confession. Teach one to reach one, that's always a lesson. Respect the game.
Since his famous walk-off home run late last season, there's been a lot of buzz about Tyler O'Neill's physique. Cardinals Insider takes you inside the weight room for a look at the outfielder's workout.
The 2-2 pitch. A swing and a high fly ball. That's hit deep to left field. Tyler O'Neill just won the game. A gunner. And the Cardinals celebrate a 5-4 victory in 10 innings at Busch Stadium.
Tyler, I mean, we all see him. He's a strong guy. You know, he looks great. He plays the part for sure. We also know he works hard to get that. It doesn't just come naturally. So some of his big focus, he's power background. I mean, obviously we like to see those home runs. So most of his workouts are geared towards that.
Kind of break it down in the off season. I'll go on a 4-day muscle rotation, do my big muscle groups, so my legs, my back, my chest, and then I'll hit miscellaneous day on the 4th day, or whatever I'm feeling. I didn't get a good enough workout in the previous days, and I'll do that in a certain structure where it's a pyramid. So I do a warm up, a couple build up sets to a max out, and then another cool down on every exercise that I do.
We actually take the guys, we'll do a little movement assessment with them, and we see what they need to work on. Typically in season, we know we don't have to work on strength. It's there. It's not, in season is not the time to build it up. These aren't marathon runners, so we don't need to train them like that. These are on the field. They're active for very short, 5 to 15 seconds, depending on the play. So that's what the area of training we do for those guys. We want to make sure that they're ready to go for those 5 to 15 seconds. They have a fairly significant rest time, and they're ready to go and repeat.
It's really just who I am, how I am. It's my profile. This is what got me to the position that I am, to the big leagues, to getting drafted, to working my way up through the minors. Everything's worked for me that I've been doing. So I make sure that I stay on my power exercises, get my fast twitch muscles activated, and it's been working for me.
5, come on, one more. 6. There you go. Attaboy.
Straight ahead,
We're done photo day 2019.
smile. We get a behind-the-scenes look at Photo Day. Plus,
anybody who doesn't come, you got to come down here.
get up close and personal with your favorite Cardinals as we head to the Roger Dean backfields. This week on the Cardinals Insider Podcast.
When you look at the acquisitions we made this offseason with the trade for Paul Goldschmidt and bringing in Andrew Miller, it was 2 areas that we felt like we had to address.
Listen or subscribe by searching Cardinals Insider wherever you get your podcast, and find new episodes at cardinals.com/podcast.
The pitch by Izzy on its way. Called third strike, and the Cardinals win it 2-1. And Jason Isringhausen is the all-time saves leader in Cardinal history. Number 161 in his St. Louis career.
There's nothing like watching a spring training workout, and all fans are welcome at the Roger Dean backfields. Here's some of our favorite moments.
I hear you, but I don't see you.
Fans travel from all over the country to enjoy Cardinals spring training.
And why travel over 1,000 miles to watch the Cardinals practice? Well, it's a unique opportunity to get closer to the players than you ever could during the regular season. And then there's also the weather.
The team practices at Roger Dean Stadium, where the backfields are welcome to all fans.
Well, we're Cardinal lovers. We've been coming down for about 13, 14 years now. And it's great to get out of St. Louis this time of year and enjoy our birds and sunshine and golf and food and all of our favorite things.
And for some fans, it's been an annual vacation for many years.
This is my 3rd or 4th spring training. I just love it. Oh, this is Bruce Wayne Almighty, and I brought him with me as well. The car ride, he's loving spring training. They're giving him baseballs and we're having a great time. Anybody who doesn't come, you got to come down here.
And if 80-degree weather in February wasn't already enough, a seat to enjoy practice is free. Fans have access to different practice fields to meet new Cardinals and also see some of their favorites.
You see maybe 2 at-bats in an exhibition game, but you can see 50 swings, right here 20 feet away.
Learning the why behind the plays that they're doing, you get to sit and listen to the coaches, coach the players, and just, to understand why they're doing the certain drills they're doing and learning more about the game.
Enjoy the game we all love at Cardinals Spring Training. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
The annual Spring Training Photo Day captures moments with all 64 players at camp. We followed a player through the different stations, and you can't help but smile.
And smile.
So we're here at 2019 St. Louis Cardinals Photo Day. We'll have about 100 people that come through, players and staff, and some first time and some experienced veterans. And they'll go through each station and pose and go through the motions and have fun and look their best for the camera.
Ready position.
My main job is obviously to take the photos, to get them to go through different poses, make sure they're relaxed. Some of the guys, this is their first time going through it, so they're not sure if they should smile or not smile, how to stand. So we kind of just walk through some of the poses and just make sure that they look good and they have fun. Dexter has got a lot of personality. He has a great smile, and he's professional. He knows the routine, kind of goes through the different poses relatively quickly, and just a fun guy to shoot.
It's a wrap. We're done. Photo day. 2019.
It's time for our first trivia question of the year, brought to you by Ford. The Cardinals train in Jupiter, Florida, at Roger Dean Stadium. What team do they share their complex with? Is it the Miami Marlins, the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, or the Atlanta Braves? The answer when we return. We're back with the answer to this week's trivia question. We asked which team the Cardinals share their spring training complex with. The answer is the Miami Marlins. Roger Dean Stadium is shared for games, and meanwhile the clubs use separate clubhouses and training facilities beyond the outfield wall. The Cards have been in Jupiter since 1998, and since then, camps across baseball have changed a lot. Here's Brett McMillan with how spring training has evolved over the decades.
The bases are still 90 feet apart, but over the decades, just about everything else at spring training has changed. Since 1901, the Cardinals have trained at 20 different sites. Locales like West Baden, Indiana, Cairo, Illinois, Jackson, Mississippi, and even St. Louis itself. Now teams are either in Florida or Arizona, and over the years, the facilities have changed as much as the locations. Tony La Russa used to invite Red Shandings to provide players perspective on what camp was like in the 40s and 50s.
They had one field, and they started from 9 to 5, and hitters got like 8 swings, and you were spread all over, not getting much work, but out there all day long. So you'll see the workout they have now. 2.5 hours, you get a ton of work done.
Perhaps the biggest change over the years is the food. Nowadays, players are served full, healthy meals here at the complex. But back in the day, that simply wasn't the case.
You might get a bologna sandwich. If you were a really good player, you eat bologna and cheese. If you weren't a good player, you didn't get a sandwich. After the games, there would usually be, we'd roll out a pretzel bowl, a potato chip bowl, there'd be like a fountain machine, and usually a keg of beer.
Today, a team of chefs feeds the entire roster and the coaching staff.
They're here constantly, they're at the, they show up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning doing the stuff, and then they're here till 4 in the afternoon.
The ultimate goal hasn't changed, even if the first step has. The food, facilities, and locations have evolved, all in pursuit of playing the game better than ever. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Coming up next,
We just got one of the best players in the game.
They see gold. The roster reacts to the addition of Paul Goldschmidt. That story when we return.
It's going to be a tough play. Rolling. Oh, what a play! He threw that from just about being parallel between that base path between first and second. There was no way Eckstein was going to make that play.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, you heard from Paul Goldschmidt, but you're not the only one excited about the club's new first baseman. Goldie is the topic of this week's Ask a Cardinal.
We just got a lot better. We just got one of the best players in the game, who's now going to be hitting in the middle of our lineup.
I think he's going to help the whole lineup.
Just hitting in the cage, and how poetic that is, right? But no, basically I just kind of tuned into the live press conference and just kind of watched in between rounds. So
he's going to make a lot of difference in our lineup. I know, put it this, our lineup looked good last year. We got great hitters, we got great teammates, but I think with Paul, I think we're going to be better.
For me, it was a sign that they were going for it, and getting a player like him is obviously a good thing, and it means that they have expectations to win this year.
And I've met him thus far, and he's obviously a great guy, so I'm looking forward to working with him.
I was actually in Dominican Republic, and I mean it was great to hear one of those guys, a guy like that, being a part of our organization.
It's going to make us all better. It's going to make us a dangerous team, and I've heard nothing but what a great guy he is, so I knew that was going to be a seamless transition.
The team is going to be better this year, and I think he can help the team a lot this year too, and we got a good team. That's why make me happy.
Not having to face him is another thing that's pretty cool, so it's good to have him here.
Over the winter, the stadium lights were replaced with new LED lights. The old ones were repurposed to create the player intros you'll see on the scoreboard this summer. Let's take a closer look.
So every year about mid-February, a couple days before pitchers and catchers report, we pack up all of our stuff, ship it down to Florida, come down here, set up a giant room, and shoot a bunch of footage that we're going to need over the course of the season for our scoreboard production. This year we've created a new set made out of old repurposed lights from Busch Stadium and turned it into kind of a background set for a new headshot we're doing this year with the lights flashing behind the guys in different colors with our new theme for 2019. So we're really looking forward to seeing how these new headshots turn out on the scoreboard at Busch Stadium. There's a lot of testing that goes on before we are ready to do our final runs with players. So that way when we come down here to spring training, we're pretty confident that we're ready to go and that everything is going to look really great on the screen. So the stuff that we shoot down here, that will be when players go to bat to take their at bat, or if a pitcher enters the game, if he's starting the game or entering as a reliever, and try to just create an overall fun, exciting vibe in the stadium for each player as they enter the game. It's always refreshing and fun watching the guys interact with promo items that we may be showing later on in the season. We kind of let them play with it and show it off on the screen.
They're basically selecting one of their highlights and then they're turning and showing it. So we'll have you do a couple of those.
It seems like guys are pretty excited. We've had players come in and they see this big light set up and flashing lights and they're like, wow, what is this? This is awesome. And I think for one of the first times that I can remember, we're actually having guys ask and request if we can make something for them right now and send it to them that they can post on their social media. So overall, the players seem to be pretty excited about what we've created this year for headshots.
Edgar makes it an 8-game hitting streak. That drops. The Cardinals have their first lead. Renteria around first base, digging for 2. Safe at second.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for the season premiere of Cardinals Insider. This episode is almost over, but our content is always online. Visit cardinals.com/insider or check out our playlist at youtube.com/cardinals. That's it for this week. We leave you with the sights and sounds of spring training from here in beautiful Jupiter, Florida.